Hello guys, welcome to today's video. In this video, I'm going to talk with you guys a little bit about 5 excellent books for you to start reading the classics in English. So this is really good for you guys that may be wanting to read some books and maybe some classics in English, but don't know where to start from. Like, oh, what should I read? I'm a little bit lost. Don't be lost anymore. I'm going to help you with fantastic recommendations for each genre of books that you might like, all right? So first of all, I want to start with a great book that might be called a little bit of a fairy tale, maybe. This is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. This book is incredible for you to start reading because it is an easy book in a sense, yet challenging because we have some words from the 19th century. But it's super cool for you to get in touch with that culture from this time. And it's a great story. We have Alice going to this nonsense country that is Wonderland and living a lot of adventures. And this story has become famous in a lot of places because a lot of movies, a lot of relation with media, games, etc. And if you guys enjoy reading it, you guys can also try the continuation, that is Alice Through the Looking Glass. It's really good too. Going to the horror genre, the horror lovers will find this book fantastic. That is The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. This book is fantastic. It will probably give you some chills, some goosebumps. It's amazing. It tells the story of a group of people who goes to a haunted house, and then they experience some supernatural events. The story is super cool, and while they are experiencing these kinds of events, they also need to face their inner demons. So they need to face their own problems, their own psychology. It's really good. If you guys enjoy this book, you can also watch the series, The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix. It's an amazing adaptation. It's a little bit different, but it's really worth it, you know? For the guys that love drama and romance, we have The Great Gatsby. This is a big classic of American literature. It was written by Scott Fitzgerald, and today it is one of the greatest books in America. People study it at school. It's really cool. This book is about the United States reality in the 20s, so after the First World War. And it talks a little bit about the American dream of that time and about the wealthy that was happening in that country in the hands of a few people. And we have a whole drama and romance going on because we have Jay Gatsby, who is a guy that just came back to New York and has a big fortune, and his love with Daisy, who is a beautiful girl that he loves very much and that he had known during their past. So it's a great book too. Another good thing for you to consider is The Hobbit, for you guys who love fantasy books. The Hobbit is an incredible book too. It's better than The Lord of the Rings in some sense because it's a little bit easier, a little bit less descriptive maybe, because Tolkien has this kind of descriptive style that might be kind of boring for some people, but in The Hobbit is a little bit better. It's a little bit softened, you know, but it's really cool. We have the story of Bilbo Baggins going to an adventure with some dwarves and Gandalf, the wizard, to get back the treasure of the dwarves from a big giant dragon. It's a really good adventure and with lots of touches of fantasy. You guys will surely love it. For the people who like politics and reading things about politics, we have Animal Farm by George Orwell. This is an incredible book too. It talks a little bit about communism and is a very polemic book because it has a kind of double view. It criticizes communism, but it still talks a little bit of the possibilities that we could have in communism. So it's a kind of neutral book in some sense. And George Orwell is a really polemic author because he has books that are they're always considered like some neutral, a little bit neutral or a little bit out of the specter. You know, it's really cool thinking about this, you know. If you guys like George Orwell, we can read to 1984. That is a great book too about politics and a dystopia, you know, a dystopic future. And for you guys who love poetry and like reading poems, like me, I love reading poems. So if you guys are like me, I think a good choice is Emily Dickinson. This writer is fantastic. Her poems are really easy to read and are really emotional in some sense. They talk a lot about individuality, self-awareness, and freedom, a lot of feelings like these, you know. Here I put this edition, the complete poems of Emily Dickinson. You guys can find a lot of editions with many different poems. I really recommend you to take the book that has all the poems. But if you guys want to start, you can pick an anthology of some poems maybe. It's a good start too. All right, guys, so this was it. I hope you enjoyed the tips and I hope you will like these books. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.